Dying Light has turned 11 years old. The first title was released back in 2015, and it's still, to this day, viewed as one of the most iconic and best zombie video game experiences available. Its sequel, Dying Light 2, has turned 4 years old, and while it did not receive as much praise as the original, it still offered a solid amount of hours, interesting enough gameplay to make many gamers happy. And over half a year ago, The Beast came out, returned the franchise back to its roots, and was an experience that was closer aligned to the original while also paving the ground forward for the future. Took the best aspects from both titles, Dying Light 1, Dying Light 2, merged it together into The Beast, and made Dying Light veterans super happy while also appealing to a brand new audience. And during this time, in typical Dying Light fashion, they'd love to do their yearly anniversary events to celebrate the franchise and how it's evolved over the years, usually with discounts, in-game events, and maybe some new real-life goodies are made available to purchase. But this year especially has kind of been a rough start for the Dying Light franchise, mainly in two areas. One, The Beast on last gen, and two, the anniversary events themselves for the games. So starting with The Beast on last gen, fans of Dying Light have been really upset the last few months for one major reason: its release, or rather lack of release. And I know I kind of made a short about this already, and many comments were roasting last gen and how developers are still making games for it, and many viewers were just saying that it's time to leave these consoles behind because it's a generation that came out 13 plus years ago, which I get. I understand. Last gen, it's a bit out of date, and some people see it more as a nuance for its existence at this point. But not everyone can afford the newer consoles or a PC nowadays, especially when RAM and memory itself is the cost of a full week's vacation. And just knowing what I know with my behind the scenes experience, my day job is working in the video game industry as a creative lead in collaboration with a video game studio. So I see a lot. I see how companies and other companies develop. I see how they adjust, they struggle, etc. And developing for last generation consoles nowadays, it's getting more and more difficult. And just looking at the scope of what the Beast entails with its world, its environments, and other factors too, it's tough. I mean, for example, in this title, those real-time cutscenes are super prominent throughout the entire game. Almost runs flawlessly on hardware from this generation, but I can see where the massive headache would be in trying to get a game of this caliber working on 13-year-old hardware. It would be difficult. I think the biggest issue is Techland's silence on this game, regardless of whether or not you agree if they should develop for it. Because Dying Light: The Beast was originally released on September 18th, 2025 on PS5, PC, and Xbox Series XS consoles, with last gen coming later. Their official stance was that they wanted to spend more time optimizing the PS4 and Xbox One versions of the game and release them at the end of 2025. You can go to their website right now. What day is it? Holy shit, it's my birthday now. You can go to their website right now. You can see all of this information right in front of you. Here's a screenshot of it. But we're 2 months, almost 3 months into 2026, and we have heard absolutely zero information about when this game is coming out. I did reach out to Techland to kind of comment on this situation, hopefully to clarify, and I'm hoping to hear back. My normal contact doesn't work there anymore, so we'll see what they say. If I do hear back, I will make a pinned comment with the reply, and of course, another short for all you little TikTok ADHD brain rotters. Man, I hate what YouTube has become now. But going one step further, a bigger issue is actually here. So head back into your time machine, but if you got the Ultimate Edition of Dying Light 2 Stay Human at release, and then also sometime after, you were entitled to DLC 1, which was Bloody Ties, and also DLC 2. However, when DLC 2 turned and then eventually shaped into the game that is now Dying Light: The Beast, they stopped selling the Ultimate Edition, and Techland just gave customers the full game of The Beast to make up for the lack of DLC 2. Does that make sense so far? So if I bought the Ultimate Edition on PS5, I got DLC 1, but because DLC 2 was not made, they just gave me The Beast for free, which pretty cool. Thank you so much. The issue is that if you're on PS4 and Xbox One, that just didn't happen. You still don't have it, and as of right now when I'm recording this, there's no viable alternative or reimbursement set in place. So yeah, I hate to have to be the one to talk about this and unfortunately bring what will be more negativity and more of a spotlight on what Techland is doing and also not doing. But I think in situations like this, it's all about holding them accountable for their actions. I mean, Techland and Dying Light don't really have much of a spotlight on them at the moment, which we'll discuss in a second. I mean, the anniversary is a whole nother topic to tackle and the lacking impact that had, but the Beast on last gen just needed to be chatted about. Had to come out of retirement to get this conversation going. I will say the biggest thing that really wanted me to talk about this was how vocal the Dying Light community has been about this, and their concerns have been going unnoticed and unacknowledged for a long time. I mean, if you go onto the official Dying Light Twitter, pick on any post on here, like I'll maybe share my screen and record something. You can click any one of these posts. There's going to be a boatload of comments of people just asking, where is this game for last gen? A lot of them are posting the same screenshot that I showed you earlier, saying that the game is coming out in 2025 and no one is acknowledging it. Unfortunately, it's situations where creators and influencers, hate that fucking word, but we have to come out there and hold Techland accountable for situations like this. I've also received like a boatload of messages about this the last few weeks, so I will be your messiah and suffer the loss of any opportunities of future early access for you. Yeah, I personally don't think refunds will be possible for something like this. Just gonna be honest. I'm very curious to hear what they have to say if they do reply back to me and they do respond to community criticisms right now. Imagine they just give you like $100 of Dying Light points. What a slap in the cock that would be. But again, if I hear back, I will let you know. Now, I do want to shift the topic to Dying Light 1 and Dying Light 2 in-game anniversary events real quick, because these events have been pretty upsetting. It's nothing to drive home about at all. It's fairly lackluster and quite disappointing. So, for Dying Light 1, they did Super Crane and Low Gravity. And if you're a Dying Light fan, you know these are the events that Techland loves to shove down our throats all the time. For Dying Light 1, we've played it all a million times. Super Crane, use your grappling hook with no cooldown, increased range, and easier enemy pulls. And Low Gravity, jumps are higher, landing softer, and enemies fly through the air. It's, like I said, doesn't really do it for me anymore. We've all played this 1,000 times. It is what it is. The one with Dying Light 2, so for 3 weeks, they did Infected Outbreak, where Villador faces a growing infected threat. Each week, new districts are overrun by zombies, complete challenges to earn weapons, and get the iconic Kyle Crane outfit. I played it. I mean, it's just like more special infected spawning in certain areas, and then they called in an event. That was really it. I don't know. It feels like they didn't put much effort into the anniversary stuff this time around when compared to previous years. I remember it used to be such a big celebration, just all the time. And this year, I honestly almost forgot that like we approached the 4-year anniversary of Dying Light 2, which is wild, by the way. I, alongside many community members, have just been very displeased with these events, but I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are, and if you agree with me, if you disagree with me, let me know down below. Side note, I would also just love to be like a fly on the wall at the Techland offices just to see what general vibes are like now and how they're classifying success for their most recent titles. Generally, studios like to look at their titles, look at the player count to determine how successful a project is. And with The Beast, that game is more so a single player story-oriented game, and the player count is kind of suffering because of that, which is expected. If it's a story-focused game, you beat the story, you fuck off, and you go and play another game. That's what happens with these games. And while I do think that Dying Light games should be more like this should be story-focused, they should kind of be these one-and-done games that you can play once and then maybe come back to later. I don't think they need to embrace the live service elements. But strictly looking at player counts, which is what most top suits and managers will look at, so the people at Techland that are like super high up there, this is what they're going to pay attention to the most. And if you're looking at Steam charts, we have Dying Light 1 is first, Dying Light 2 is second, with The Beast at the end. And you could argue that Dying Light 2 was more successful because their 24-hour peak is almost double of The Beast. But there's so many different ways to dissect this information in order to fulfill your own confirmation bias. I mean, Dying Light 1 had 14 years of support. It's a more supported game with more content. Obviously, we'll have more players because it's a more complete package. The Beast didn't really have much post-launch support, so why would fans stick around? I mean, look at that graph. Very red, which someone in upper management might not be very fond about that. And we also have to remember what the future of Techland and Dying Light looks like. Last video, I explained that they're confirmed to be working on the next Dying Light game, and a job posting showed that it could be a live service game. That job posting was for a lead online game designer. It stated that they're looking for someone with senior level experience in games as a service, aka live service, to help craft a new experience in the Dying Light franchise. So it's hard to say where Dying Light is going. Obviously, I think a third game will definitely be on the way. Dying Light is Techland's bread and butter at this point, so the franchise is going to stick around whether you like it or not. But just seeing how they will support the games will be interesting to see to help craft a new experience in the Dying Light franchise. But yeah, that's just about a mini recap of everything that's happening with Dying Light the last few weeks. I'm currently working on a few videos right now. One where I actually go and replay Dying Light 2 without skipping story and cutscenes. So yeah, that video will be on its way. But again, I just want to thank you all so much for sticking around onto the channel. I want to try this year to upload a bit more than I did last year. I know I say that all the time, but please bear with me. I have a lot of stuff planned and I'm very excited to share that all with you throughout this year. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.